I did 3, 2, 1. No, no. Well, all 1, 2, 3. Welcome to China. Jump. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No. Well, all 1, 2, 3. Welcome to China. Jump. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to China.
Hey, what is the justification? Shouldn't you guys be at the gym like now? Like, what's the justification coming to Disneyland when you have a competition?
We probably walked about 8 miles now. My feet are starting to hurt. So this is active recovery for us. We should call it team bonding.
Really?
We can team bond outside of the gym.
Does this mean you don't care about the competition this weekend?
Yeah.
Mayhem and the Australian team is no threat to you?
No, at this point we are at such a high level that no matter what we do, we'll be fine. Yeah, so no threat at all.
I agree. I mean, we've already made it, so we're just here for the experience.
Is that true?
I just hope Team Spinal pulls it together. Everyone's backs have been bothering them since we practiced before.
My back is broken.
Lauren, is that true that you're just here for the experience?
I'm here to just be in Shanghai. I've never been to China, so...
Lauren, that's a lie. You know, once the actual 3, 2, 1 goes, if they don't do well, you won't be happy.
Well, duh. We're competitors. These guys better pull their shit together.
The girls always pull their stuff together. Reagan and I always beat the boys, so we just need the boys to show up.
So basically, it's on you.
The guys always want pulling the whole together.
That's a wrap, Disneyland.
Day 1, Asia CrossFit Championship here in Shanghai. It's a crazy place, man. Really cool city. It is massive. And so it's been fun just to get the lay of the land, but these guys are about to go in and tackle day 1. You know, these guys are already qualified from Dubai. They've got some good competition with Rich and the Mayhem team, and then the guys out of Australia, Project X. So.
I mean, I guess I could say, because there's no other teams around, there is a little bit of an issue though, like with Rasmus, which he's really not discussing.
So Rasmus is too proud to admit the problem, but he's got a fairly serious back issue that's kept him from training. We will have to be smart about this. These guys are already qualified, and so if we start warming up and they don't think they'll be able to complete the weekend, then we will withdraw before there's any risk of injury, which would be, tough, but a lot better to withdraw from Asia than to have to withdraw from the games.
I mean, have you spoken to him and maybe have you mentioned to him that it might not be the smartest idea to compete if he is in so much pain?
Yeah, we've talked to him about being smart about his pain levels, but he's a proud guy and he doesn't want to let his team down. They've traveled all the way over here, so I think he wants to give it a go. It'll just have to be a lot of continued conversation throughout the weekend to make sure he's not doing anything that can put himself at risk of injury.
What is the goal this weekend, knowing that issue is there?
I mean, the goal to come in is to win. My philosophy has always been that if you take the floor, there's no excuses. And so once you go out there, it's not like, you know, Rich and those guys are going to be like, oh, well, poor Rasmus, why don't we hold back? They're going to try to step on your throat. So, you know, once you go out on the floor, you're saying that you're fully healthy. And so that's why I say we'll either go out and compete or we'll just pull it and say, it's not a good weekend for us.
What is the point of coming out here though, Tommy? I mean, you've already qualified, like, is it prize money? I don't think there's any...
Definitely not prize money. I mean, winning some money would be nice, but I think coming out here as a team and just being able to bond together and hang out and see this different culture of, you know, a different country, and then...
What happened yesterday with Rasmus?
Oh, Mr. Brokenback. I don't know, man. Ras is always like, nah, I'm good. But then he go pick up his phone, he like... So we'll see how it goes in warm-up. I think if he thinks he could win this weekend and go out and compete all weekend, we should do it. But if he thinks it's going to be hindering him throughout the weekend, I think it'd be silly to compete. Like, we got the big show in 3 months. So I think that's the end goal.
I mean, is there a point where you might, like, CJ, like, tell him, look, you got to throw in the towel? I know that was something you were thinking about, like, doing last night.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I 100%, like, if we can't compete at full gun today and win, I don't want to compete. Like, I would rather win the games than go out here, maybe take a first, maybe take a second, and then be messed up for the games.
So like you said, I saw him not being able to pick up, like, his phone yesterday, and then he started throwing up because he claimed it was food.
We don't know. We're not doctors, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, if we warm up and he's looking like, I will tell the team that I think it's not a good idea. But you know, in the end, it's a team decision. It's not my decision. So if he thinks he's going to be able to go out and perform, we're going to be able to go out and perform. If not, we'll call it.
We are at the Luai Gymnasium in Shanghai, China, and we are at the Asia CrossFit Championships right now. We're about to kick off team event number 1. So the weekend is about to start. There are 4 teams, 4 elite teams that are in consideration. There's obviously CrossFit Mayhem Freedom. There's Invictus Grown Strong, Project X from Australia, and then there's another team from Australia, I think it's Torian Black. The other 2 teams, Invictus and Project X, how much like killer instinct they have. Like knowing that they already have a spot, so they'll try and maybe experiment with some things here and there, maybe kind of use this as a litmus test going forward. So they may not be trying to like gun down Mayhem at every little corner.
If you guys have already qualified, like, why have you guys chosen to actually do this competition?
We chose to come to China because it would be good teamwork for us. It'd be good practice for us.
To experience the Shanghai culture. We've never been to China before, and we thought this would be a fun competition to go to, which it has been a lot of fun. And the people here are really nice, and it's good to go to somewhere we've never been.
But Lauren, like, how's Rasmus doing? Because last night, I mean, he was throwing up. We weren't sure if it was pain or food. Like, what's the...
His back has been bad for about a month. He hasn't been able to do any sort of lifting. We just did a teamwork, or everyone came into town 2 weeks ago to do team training, and Rasmus couldn't do any of the worm stuff. So we'll see how this first event goes.
Michael McCoy, back on Invictus channel. Excited.
Are you still competing?
Yeah.
Man, you're like a little engine now. Look, you're a car on your team.
I know, he's broken.
He's like hanging front over there with like a YouTube guy.
Yeah.
And like, you're over here warming up.
I'm old. I has been.
Wait, do you think there's a chance you guys podium this weekend?
I mean, a chance. There's always a chance. You know us Australians, we'll do anything to win. Dirty tactics, taking out kneecaps, Tonya Harding style.
Hey, Khan, you might want to warm up.
Huh?
You might want to warm up.
How are you, Mike? I've missed you, buddy, before about to compete in a competition. What's going on?
Nothing's going, Khan.
Good, man. Very good. Just getting ready to do some fitness.
Do you think you could beat Khan's team this weekend?
Yeah.
Really?
We actually do.
Are you being dead serious?
Yeah. I think let them have their hope. They've got to try and make the games.
Are you actually coming for a qualifying spot?
We are. We're confident on that worm. To be fair, I'd love to see these guys qualify. They'd be mad.
You think you knock off? Because really the only other team that's there is Frodies. Victor is already qualified.
We just got to beat the world champions, and that's it. I think, yeah, we want to have a proper go at the games this year. So I think to do that, the more time we can spend doing teams together, the better. Which should be great. Yeah. You can't be serious with this guy. He just cuts all the serious. You gotta play up to his lunacy.
Hey, Khan, because he's been to the games recently.
what it feel like going back to the CrossFit Games, Brandon?
I'll tell you in a few months.
Right. Because it's probably an experience you've probably forgotten.
It is.
When was the last time you made it back?
2014.
Oh, it's a long time. Just tell me quickly, how is the back feeling? There's a lot of concern you coming into this first event. You've got
Who's the concern coming from? See? No one has any concerns. It must be rumors, I would say.
How is it feeling out of 10 right now?
Like 10 being good or 10 being bad?
10 being good.
Then I will say 11 or 12.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. That could be a result of the 15 painkillers I had this morning and a sensitive amount of rock sauce on my back.
But in all seriousness, you were in a bit of pain yesterday with the back, correct?
Yeah, I've just been feeling better before, that's correct.
Is there a point where you might decide not to continue the competition, or is that something that you put out of your mind?
Yeah, if there's earthquake or tornadoes coming into town, I'll consider maybe pulling out.
But
otherwise, it may be a flooding of the whole city. I can't really see what else. I'll consider the worst case scenario.
So basically, you're not taking the back problem serious at all?
There's no problem at all. So there's nothing to take serious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right?
I was thinking of Hi.
China, we're waiting to say this joke.
Hey, by the way, this is Brandon Swan. He went to the CrossFit Games in 2014.
Never heard of her. He walked into the women's bathroom during the athlete dinner. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
And we were like, hey!
On purpose, too. Totally on purpose.
Hey, Rasmus, this is Brandon Swan.
Hello, Brandon. Nice to meet you.
2014.
What games? Like the CrossFit Games?
Yeah.
No.
I think it was 1914.
1914.
I competed with Rich's dad.
I got that kiss, Ras. That was very cute. Ras,
Should delete that.
why don't you kiss your other teammates?
I do all the time.
Oh.
Usually we do.
I was ready, but I wasn't ready. Wow. I was not committed. No, she has a husband.
Hi, Colin.
Say it, bro.
I couldn't breathe, but I think we did really well and everywhere we needed to, and we're both holding up pretty well. So I think it's good.
Right.
Team Brokeback is in for the win.
Do you know what position you guys came in that one?
5th. We were top 5. I don't know. Yeah, I think 5th. We were
looking pretty good in the first 2 rounds, and then we started falling off.
The 4th, 5th round, we just took a fall. But the 5th round, I was total dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
I just couldn't breathe on the runner. I was having a really hard time. When we would switch in the runner, the bag, I wasn't able to bounce back. I think I wasn't getting in front of the bag enough, so I was getting crushed by the worm. But just stupid, things we need to learn right now. So when we get to the games, it's perfect. Because Mayhem was perfect, and you saw them; they did really well.
Yeah, you gotta give them that. That's a good team.
Yeah, no, for sure. They did really well. Worked it.
Okay. It was nice. I had a little chat with Brent Swan, so that was great. Before they start, I had a little chit chat with Brandon Swan before they start. You're holding it, right? And they were like this, so we were just chit chatting a little bit. But then they started getting my worm, so then we were getting pull heading, and then we couldn't really talk anymore. But yeah, it was kind of cool. We had a little chit chat and was chatting and just having a good time.
You don't seem very happy with how that went, overall, or am I reading that wrong?
No, I mean 5th place. That's 4 places too bad, right? So we need to pick that up a little bit.
How are you feeling after that one? Body feeling good, or?
I'll say I even feel better, yes. Okay. Yep. I think that, my spine were pretty stiff before, and I think the worm were able to crack it into I would say 7 or 8 pieces my spine now. So now it has 7 or 8 places where it can actually rotate a little bit rather than just being like that, right? So yeah, it feels great now.
In all seriousness, are you one of those athletes that won't let your mind tell you if there is something wrong during competition? Do you keep that kind of positive mentality?
I don't know, I guess. I've never really been interested, I don't know. I've always been pain-free, always been great.
I think our cardio needs to improve.
Is that what caught up to you guys?
I'd like to say CJ said that our aerobic base needs to get a little bit better. And I think he's right. Yeah.
I think it was good. Our whole team needed to practice on the worm, and it kind of was eye-opening that we really need to condition more. So going into that, I think it was more like we needed to practice on the worm, and then we were all really good at that, actually, surprisingly. But we just need to run more. So it's good practice.
You doing a double picture? Yes, let's do it. I'm always so happy when people.
Rasmus's first photo.
Thank you.
He's taken 180 though.
Thank you.
I know.
Rasmus, it's 10:30. Rasmus has taken nearly 200 photos of people with Lauren, but he just got asked for his first to be in it with Lauren. So,
How did that feel?
Look great because it's better than usual. Yeah, usually we have 300 pictures in before I even get taken one, so it's great. That's what you get from taking 8th place at the individual in the CrossFit Games and Lauren taking like, I don't know, 30th place.
They collecting picture with athlete, but collecting picture with coaches.
oh yeah.
Is that the only reason why you want to picture CJ's?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So event one down, talk to me, thoughts on that?
It was clear that a lot of teams struggled with the worm. Mayhem has the most at stake, and they're clearly here to win, and they showed that on event number 1 with their cadence, the rhythm, how focused they were, and how steadfast they were in kind of pursuing their pace and walking away with the event win. And now I think getting that first event under their belt and having it be a win is going to help drive them confidence-wise. Event 2, with the wall balls and handstands, nothing that should give them any trouble. And now that they have a little bit of confidence and momentum, I think it will help kind of push them to close out day number 1 pretty strong.
The second one was really easy. I mean, if we had another 30 wall balls, it would have been hard, but that was really easy. It was cool.
Do you know what you placed on that?
We got second.
I saw you talking of froning at the end. Like, what were you saying on?
Oh, we both were doing the same shit. Like, he got no reps for depth, and then I almost threw the ball over the target a couple times, and then the ball both hit us in the face pretty hard, so like, we were kind of bullshitting about that. Like, everyone isn't in the shape we want to be in.
Wait, what's going on over there?
I think Reagan just cramped up.
Because you didn't drink the electrolytes after that coffee that you had.
I hope we get to the games.
Mayhem has obviously won those 2 events. It shows that they're kind of out here to really take that spot. But
Yeah.
they also have the want and the need to qualify here.
Correct.
You and Invictus don't. I mean, is there something, is that kind of go in the back of your mind like, yeah, we don't need to try as hard because we have qualified and not like go through the motions out here?
I think the risk is lower because you can make mistakes and that you haven't got that need to qualify. However, when you step onto the floor, it doesn't matter if you're competing to qualify for the games or not. I mean, for me personally, I think, and probably for all the guys in the Invictus team and all of my guys, when you step onto the floor, all that goes out the window. You want to win. It doesn't matter what. It's the same in the gym. You know, we're just made that way. These 2 teams are probably the benchmark. Like Invictus obviously made that statement early in Dubai. Got a great team, and Mayhem obviously are the gold standard. So we're here to compete and see where we stack up against those 2 teams.
Day 1 is done. What was your overall thoughts? I mean, besides Reagan cramping and...
I'm happy that we made it past day 1. I didn't even think we were going to make it past the first event with Ross's back. So the fact that we made it past day 1 is a huge success.
Are you happy with that? I mean, I know you just mentioned you're just happy to get through it, but...
Of course I'm not happy with that. I want to win. I mean, if we had taken second to Mayhem, I would have been happy, but we were, I think, a few seconds behind those other teams. But again, like, I can't complain. Like, I didn't even think Rasmus was able to compete, and he was able to compete today.
It appeared Mayhem were really strong. They didn't make any like critical errors or flaws, and seemed that they are out here to win. Does that kind of motivate you guys more when you go back to San Diego and say, like, you know what, we need to really knuckle down?
Oh yeah, that like motivates us even more. Like, I think everyone just needs to be on the same page, and we need to really dial in our training. Like, no more messing around. So I think it just lights the fire in all of us.
Is there a point when, like, it seems kind of silly for you guys to, like, continue? I mean, you were just cramping, you couldn't walk. Like, Rasmus is a bad back, right? I mean, why are you guys continuing when you already have a qualifying spot?
For practice and for the experience. I mean, we wanted to come to China, like Lauren said, to come see a different part of the world. It was a good experience for us because there's lots of worm workouts, which we need experience on together, and it's allows us to come together as a team. So those were our choices that we made. Everybody kind of has some tiny injury, so this is just good practice. Obviously we want to win because we're competitive, but the big picture here is we already made it. We just want to stay healthy until games.
I mean, I asked Lauren, like, this, it seems like Mayhem's coming out here to, like, really win, but they really have an impetus in regards they need a qualifying spot.
Yeah.
But does that motivate you guys to think, like, all right, we need to go back and, like, because you guys haven't taken this event as serious as you usually would,
right?
Correct?
Correct. That's correct. I think this will show us what we need to go back and work on as a team. So we'll take all the things that we've learned here, all the errors that we've made, we'll go back to California, train all summer on the things that we need to work on, and go to games.
Day one is done by noon, which
Not
is
even,
great.
11:44.
Well, much better performance in the second workout than the first. Mayhem got the victory. We came in right behind them. They've got a male athlete on their team. It's pretty good. I think he's got a future in this CrossFit thing.